It's never too much, the love I generate. Just know that it's genuine and comes from a respectable place. It's real, never fake. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 103 of the Life of Logan podcast. Please make sure that you are following / subscribing to the podcast, and thank you all for the support. So today I would like to talk about self-love, specifically my self-love journey. And the title of this episode is Never Too Much. Now, it's never too much, like Luther Vandross would say, but the love that we have for ourselves is important. The relationship that you have with yourself is second to the relationship that you have with God, is the most important relationship that you will ever have in your life. And I say this all the time, but people really find it very, I don't want to say people think I'm lying, but they find it hard to believe when I tell them that I struggled with depression, I've struggled with self-image issues and things like that. It's not really the fact that anybody has said anything to me or done anything to me. It was just a whole bunch of internal things. And I think back over the course of my life, and that's probably the reason why, kind of like psychoanalyzing myself, but that's probably the reason why when I, over the years, have been kind of like surprised or heaped with praise, that it's made me so uncomfortable. It's made me uncomfortable because I didn't see myself worthy of the praise over the years. And I just didn't feel like I was deserving of it. And again, it was because of things that were going on internally in my mind and sometimes in my heart. But I just didn't really feel like I was worthy of it. And a lot of people say, well, love yourself, but I was really just indifferent on myself. I was very indifferent when it came to me. I can't really pinpoint and say that I hated myself any course of my life, in spite of my battles with suicide. That was never really about me hating myself. That was just about the fact of living had become so much of a pain that it was just time. I felt like it was just time, like I had to move on. But I was like indifferent about myself. I was very meh about myself. And being indifferent is probably worse than hating yourself. It's like they say, not a non-action is an action. Your refusal to make a choice is a choice. And going through the annals of my life, and I think about, like, man, like up until 2020, I really did not like love myself. In spite of what maybe I would do in the way that I act, I was just really meh on myself. Like, I wasn't sold on myself. And it seemed like everyone around me, everyone in my orbit, my entire life has been sold on me. Like, they recognize who I am. They've recognized the calling and the calling over my life before I recognized it. Like, people have believed in me my whole life, 30 plus years, and now they're believing in me even more. But what's more important is I am believing in me. I'm finally starting to not only like buy the hype, but I'm starting to see, like, oh, wait a minute. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm seeing, like, oh, hold on for a second. This is what y'all been looking at. This is what y'all have been seeing. I'm feeling the energy of myself and kind of having an internal celebration, but also an external celebration where I am almost kind of like remotely witnessing myself walking in my own power and realizing, like, okay, this is the artillery that I have to work with right here, and I'm looking around and I'm like, whoa, I'm blowing my own top back. Like, whoa, this is the artillery I have to work with. Like, I can do anything with this stash right here that I have. And it's a good thing. Like, it's a great thing. It's a really powerful thing. It's a really powerful thing. And when you love yourself, like, imagine what that does for the other people around you. I can just specifically say for myself that me, over these past few years, learning how to love myself has definitely made me able to see, love, feel, and like kind of like think about people like on a deeper level, and just think about myself on a deeper level. I've always been a person who doesn't mind being alone and having those introspective thoughts and everything, but it's just now it's different because I'm loving myself more. I am loving myself more, and with me loving myself more, it's definitely gonna make the people around me, they're gonna reap the benefits of it too, because I'm loving on them more. Like, I'm loving on them more. I'm loving on them recklessly, if you will. And it's such a, it's just glorious. It's glorious because, like, I'm feeling things on a deeper level, and as I'm feeling these things, like, I'm feeling what this deep unconditional love that not only I have for myself, but how I am projecting that love out into the world, and just trying to teach everybody, like, hey, love yourself unconditionally. Like, never be indifferent on yourself. Definitely don't hate yourself, but love yourself unconditionally. Like, dare to love yourself recklessly. Like, I challenge you to love yourself recklessly, unconditionally, and just see what happens. And that has definitely made me better in terms of loving people. Also, we have the thing of the lack of self-love. And you can be indifferent on yourself, but you're still lacking in self-love, because if you're indifferent on yourself, you're not pouring into your cup properly. You're not, seeking the people that you should, who will pour into your cup properly, who can love you who can love you right, and love you into being a better person, a better human being, all of that good stuff. And the lack of self-love that I have for myself, with not sowing into myself, with not realizing who I was and walking in my own power, my full power, without being ashamed or feeling like I was kind of like messing somebody up or something. That self-love, with it being lacking, it led to a lot of self-sabotage. It led to a pretty nice amount of self-sabotage, if I do say so myself. And self-sabotage in friendships, relationships, because again, if I am seeing myself as undeserving of these things because I don't have them within, or because I don't see myself that way, in my mind, I'm like, oh, y'all playing with me. Like, y'all lying to me. Like, y'all trying to build me up and get me like, oh yeah, thinking about that or whatever, only to try to like snatch the rug from under me later. And that's the way I was thinking about it. I literally thought about, like, that's what they're doing. Like, they're building me up only to snatch and pull it away, and pull this love and admiration and all these happy feelings away from me later. And it's just like, why would you do that? And that led to me kind of like resenting people. It's like, it's literally like somebody, and this has actually happened to me before, but it's literally like you're sitting outside, and a stranger, a person who doesn't even know you, just walks up and just tells you like, hey, you were so handsome, you were like so beautiful, oh my God, your skin, oh my God, your eyes are your eyes, and then and then I kind of like smile for a second, and then like thank you, like, oh my God, that smiling, oh my God, that voice, oh my God, you are everything. And I'm just looking at them and like, you are lying through your damn teeth. Like, you're literally lying to me right now. But okay, if that lie makes you feel better, I don't believe it. And that was literally my life. That was literally like my life. It's just like, nah, y'all trying to sit me up to make a fool of me. It's like that, it's like a trope from back in the day with different kind of family sitcoms back in the day. They hype up the nerd at the school or whatever and make him think that he has a chance with the head cheerleader and everything, or the most prettiest girl in the school that everybody's after and everything, and then only to get him at the dance and try to like embarrass him. And I'm like, y'all not gonna do that to me. Like, that was literally my thing. So I would self-sabotage. I would allow like my ego and kind of like the thing of the monster of resentment, feeling played with, feeling toyed with. I would let all of that. I would just let all of that just kind of like play on my mind and play tricks on me, and then inevitably the way that our thoughts go is what is going to manifest itself and project itself right in front of our eyes. And because I think that this person is lying to me, even though no matter what it feels like, or what it should feel like, if I think that this person is lying to me, and then I am going to start to treat them in a certain way. It's a movie. I think it was South Central, or it was a movie from back in the day. But I think it was Leon. The actor Leon. He was in jail, and he was calling and talking to somebody, and on one of the collect calls, and the person was saying, why you acting like I'm lying to you? And he says, because you lying to me. And that was the way that I would kind of like react and treat things like that. And that's what happened during my self-sabotage phase. And you push people away, you alienate people because they're telling you things that you don't believe. So it's like, how can you love me? How can you perceive and see all these great things about me when I can't even see them in myself? Also, I had to learn to look within. Like, is love there? And that's the biggest thing I can tell all of you all, is to look within, because it's so much love there within. There's so much love within you. Like, it can't hurt anything for you to look within. Like how they say, hey, it's good over here. Like, it's good over here. Hey, it's love over here. It's warmth over here. It is nurturing over here. There is patience. There is grace. And all things abundant in positive, good, and loving energy reside over here. So in me saying that, I had to start looking within myself, and it's like, hey, look within. Like, you ever feel like your love cup is dwindling? You ever feel like your love cup is running low, or you running low? Your love battery's running low. Look within, because there is always love within. And while you're looking within for that love, you end up going through the motions of self-discovery and learning so many different things about yourself. And there's wealth in that. There's wealth in self-discovery, because you are a different person probably than from the last time you self-discovered yourself. So it's a lot of people who walk around and they claim that they know themselves when they don't know themselves, because they haven't taken the time to sit down and love on themselves and learn themselves and go through those dark alleyways in their minds and in their souls and in their hearts, and see like, oh wow, I'm still carrying that with me. Oh wow, I'm still in this aspect of life, I'm still that 8-year-old boy that happened to. I'm still that 12-year-old or that 15-year-old, that 13-year-old. I'm still the person in this aspect, in this emotional aspect that I was like when I was 23, because that's like when whatever happened to me and I just stopped. And then we stopped learning ourselves, at least on that level, because quite frankly, it scared us. And anything that scares us makes us want to push away, but fear should be used as a stepping stone, I feel. Everything and everyone in your life, and this is something I had to also learn too, or whatever. They say everyone is you pushed out, and that is true, because everything and everyone in your life is built off of the perception that you have of yourself. And no matter what they're saying, no matter what they're doing now, granted, I can go back and I can like listen to different things, and even with people I know who have known me for a majority of my life, I find myself talking to them some days, and I'm telling them about like, hey, I love myself and I have this, what I'm saying, I'm this, and this or whatever, and it's not in a braggadocious way. It is in a like, damn, like I really rock with myself, like I'm hugging myself, like I really rock with myself, and they're like, yeah, we know, we know. Like we know, like we've been telling you that for years or whatever. Perhaps you didn't really want to acknowledge that, and I'm just like, y'all been telling me this, like I didn't know that. Like, oh my God, y'all should have spoke louder. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm grateful for people, I guess, allowing me the time to play catch up, because again, it is not braggadocious. I'm very, anybody who's been around me knows that I'm like humble, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I would give literally the shirt off my back to anybody or my last. And it's not really about ego. It's about just like, I rock with myself. Like I really rock with myself. And in wrapping up everything, I just want to say, give yourself grace when learning and loving yourself. Because at the end of the day, this is the most important relationship that you have, or one of the most important relationships that you have is with yourself. And as you start to learn yourself, as you start to love on yourself, as you start to see areas of improvement, you may feel like, I need to rush in and I need to improve this because this has been this way. This has been the wrong way for so long, and I need to fix that. I need to go in and rush in and try to improve it, but you can't. Like there's value in learning how to just slow down and realize that it is a cycle. It may have been a cycle of bad behavior or negative behavior that you went through. But that's the beautiful thing about you and the power that you have within, because you are the cycle breaker. You have the power to break all these cycles that have went on in your life. Like you can stop it dead in its tracks. You just have to decide that that's what you want to do. I believe in you, and I know you got this. Now go be great. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another video / audio production of Life of Logan TV. Hey, if you are listening to this, the audio version, or any of the wonderful DSPs out there that you can find this show on, which is all of them, you are missing a treat if you don't tune into Life of Logan TV on YouTube, because there you see my wonderful smiling face, my rich chocolate complexion, and my luxurious beard, if I do say so myself. That beard is bearding, even with the gray coming through, but you won't be able to see that unless you tune in to Life of Logan TV on youtube.com, where this podcast is also released every Thursday And we have other videos outside of the normal podcast that you can also view. So if you haven't done so already, I would greatly appreciate it if you would go over there and subscribe. Make sure that you like, comment, and share as well. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, signing off. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.